Welcome to the first series of TTB Spotlight, where we listen to the journeys of 3 inspirational individuals. My name is Malik, and I am the founder and writer behind The ThoughtBase. The ThoughtBase is a writer publication which aims to empower young people to become the best versions of themselves by changing the narrative of self-improvement from one of individualism and isolation to one of collaboration and knowledge sharing. TTB Spotlight is an extension of this purpose, where each individual you see in this series has inspired me in one way or another. My role is to simply champion them whilst having a valuable and focused conversation that goes beneath the surface. Series 1 focuses on mindset, where we look into the minds of high performers. Why do some see possibilities where others see limits? How do you build an unstoppable drive to progress? And finally, what principles do these high performers live by, and what can you learn from them? These are all questions we'll answer in this series. For me, this project is a bit of fun, but also a challenge, so I hope you enjoy the series as much as I did making it. Please leave your feedback and your comments, like, follow, subscribe on all platforms, and let's get straight into the podcast. Welcome to TTB Spotlight. Today, we have a thought leader who is a multi-award-winning consultant changing the game with the power of his voice. He is a nationwide keynote speaker, helping early career professional teams improve the confidence and communication of their talent. Aside from being a trailblazer, he is just an amazing guy. I mean, I've had the pleasure of knowing him for the past few years, and it's a pleasure to have him here as well. Please welcome Nathan John.
Oh, thank you so much for the intro. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. Nathan.
I'm here.
It's nice to have you here.
Thank you very much for having me.
It is, it's a pleasure. First time doing this, who knows where we'll go. Yeah.
I love the I guess purpose behind this, and the fact that it's linked to everything else you're doing as well. I think a lot of people are trying to get into like the podcasting scene now and starting up stuff, but it's kind of just on a whim. But I can tell this is definitely more thought out, intentional. So I love it. Really glad that
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
You're part of it, for sure, man.
I guess we'll get straight into it then.
Yeah.
So from the outside, we see, if you type up your name, Nathan John, you might see a website. You might see the LinkedIn. You might see the Instagram. You see that you do a lot of content. And it's clear that you're very focused.
Okay.
But a misconception of focused people is that they aren't quite approachable. Right? So let's go beneath the surface straight away.
Okay.
What is one thing you have to know about you to understand the person you are today?
I would say probably a big reason for why I guess try so hard, put a lot of effort and like energy and I guess like focus and that stuff into what I do is to really get to a point where I don't have to do anything. I'd say from young, I don't know what it is, but I've never really liked being like quote unquote normal or like sticking to rules and all of that kind of stuff. So for me, the concept of like working until I'm 65 or whatever and then retiring, or like staying in the same career type of job, all of that stuff, to me, I'm like, I can't like, I'm good, thank you. Respectfully, like if that's the life that other people want, I'm not against it or whatever. I think it works for certain people, but just the type of person I am, I just don't think that life fits my character, to be honest.
Personal preference.
So it's really just to get to a point where I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever stop working.
Okay.
But I want to get to a point where it's like my work is fully dedicated to just helping people or just doing projects which I think are really fun. Or exciting. And that kind of stuff. So
okay. So working under your own accord kind of. Something that means a lot to you as well.
I would say like a part of it has to be centered around service of other people for sure.
Yeah.
And it's kind of something that have built in, and I'm still working to try and build into like each part of my life.
Yeah.
Now, but yeah, once I get to that point, like aside from work and all that kind of stuff, I love music. So I think like playing the drums, doing that a bit more would be quite cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, if I was to answer the question for you,
Yeah.
one thing I would have picked out is the fact that you wake up like you're being watched on a night shift. I'm being deadly serious. Like, you wake up out of your own free will.
Yeah.
Let's say the day is perfect, the day before. You're like, let me get some rest. What time am I waking up tomorrow? 4:45?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man.
4:45.
But the thing is, what I've seen is I started doing the early wake ups maybe 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
And like I just saw that like I'd get so much more out of the day.
Yeah.
Not because I was awake for less hours, but I've seen like if you start your day earlier, you have more time in the beginning of the day to like be productive. Because like if you're up, you've just woken up out of bed, you're gonna go and do stuff.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Whereas if you take the same 3 extra hours that you have by waking up 3 hours earlier, and you put them at the end of the day, that's 3 more hours that you're probably going to spend on Netflix
it's
or
very different.
Instagram or whatever. So once I clocked that, I was like, oh, I can get a bunch of extra time in my day and like, just do stuff. Because I think for me, I had the excuse of, I don't have the time to do this, and I have the time to like read and all of that stuff, and I just feel like I needed to start making the time, I guess.
Was that an excuse to yourself, or for like when you explain to other people why you're not doing certain things?
I'd say both. I'd say both. Yeah, definitely an excuse to myself.
Yeah.
I think one thing I've seen over time is the power of acceptance.
Okay.
And just accepting that like the different parts of who I am or like the parts of me that I need to grow. So if I'm looking at physically, like going to the gym, making sure I'm like, I guess, growing in terms of knowledge, spiritually as well, like the different parts that make up Nathan or different parts that make up Malik for you.
Yeah.
I need to be doing things to develop each of those sides. And I would, give myself the excuse of like, I don't have the time to like read the Bible. Or I don't have the time to like go gym and that stuff. Or I don't want to go gym after work. It's too long and that kind of stuff. So once I accepted that like, no, this is something you need to do. You just need to find a way to make it work.
Yeah.
I think there it was just like, it became more of a problem to solve and less of, this is something that's out of my control. Yeah.
No, I hear that, because for me personally, I've definitely been there. I've definitely been the person to say, I'm very focused on, let's say, schoolwork. By the time I finish studying, I'm like, I'm exhausted. Well, of course you are, You study for 3 hours after school. You're going to be tired, right? So waking up early has always been part of my routine.
Fair.
And like, for example, sixth form, I'd wake up 5:45 to travel to go to sixth form.
Wow.
So as early as it is.
So you're talking about me?
No.
This is back in sixth form. Like,
No.
I just started the 4:45s like maybe 6 months ago.
Really?
Yeah. I was doing like 5 before that, to be fair, but still.
Fair enough, okay.
I wasn't starting at sixth form, that's for sure.
But okay. Out of my own free will, I'd wake up 5:30 earliest, consistently. Because I found that's like the sweet spot for productivity. Those hours that you mentioned, like the first few hours of the day are so much more important than the last few hours. You can get so much more done. So I realized that probably, I would say maybe 2 years ago, around there, when I finished sixth form, because I was working on some projects after I finished sixth form.
Okay.
I was like, cool, I can do a morning session and evening session. All that time in between is for like social life, having a bit of fun, resting. But by the time you know it, when you work on something that you're passionate about, it's always in your head. So you want to be able to make sure that you dedicate your time fully to that thing. Yeah. So it's not always on your mind. Yeah. It's very tiring. So I realized that, started waking up 5:30, 6:30, 6:30, 7:30. 7:30 is my sweet spot right now in the summer. So trying to slow things down a little bit. But yeah, I definitely hear what you're saying about the hours.
That's good though. Like, I think firstly recognizing that you've got this thing that you really want to go and do. Yeah. And taking the action to go and change like how you're approaching that thing now, because we're living in an age where it's so easy to get information now. I was actually having a conversation with my dad about this a couple of days ago. It's so easy for us to access information, and so we almost devalue it in our heads. Yeah, because we can go on ChatGPT and ask it the answers to any question that we have right now, right? And so for someone like you that might have a passion, and they're thinking about, oh, how do I take the steps to actually go and do this thing? The information's there. Like, it's not hard to go and find the answers to some of these questions. But the real win now is what you're able to then do off the back of that.
Exactly.
Because like the saying, knowledge is power, is only true if you go and utilize that knowledge to go and make change. It's the saying, like, if nothing changes, nothing changes, right?
Exactly.
So that's good.
Yeah. And I read something that said, create a life that only you'll be happy to live. And that really stuck me. So I was like, a lot of people are trying to be other people. Yeah. And by the time, everyone's the same. Yeah. So when I read that, I was thinking, okay, for you, Nathan, I know you wake up super early. Yeah. But aside from that, have you seen yourself tend towards a more unique lifestyle compared to people around you?
You know what? That's a very good question. I would say over the years, and especially more recently, I have started to care less and less about what other people think. Yeah. I think just as a result of going out and doing stuff and seeing that no matter what it is you do, someone will always have something to say. Yeah. Like, someone will always be looking at your stuff and saying, I don't really agree with this, or this is not clean.
You can't please everyone, yeah.
You can't. Yeah. You literally cannot. And so I think from like that perspective, I have started to change my life to just do the things that are going to serve me. Yeah. And like my family and the people in my life and that stuff. And so, yeah, for me, like, I see 4:45 and I'm like, that's so normal. That like, it just makes so much sense for me. Yeah. Or like some of the others, like I will start work at 7:30. And again, super normal. I'm completely fine starting early, finishing late, using my weekends for stuff, like, because it's all part of the plan that I have and like my focus and the kind of place that I can see that I'm going for myself. So me building my life around that, it just makes a complete sense. Whereas for someone looking on the outside in, they might be like, oh, that's, why are you doing that? Strange. Yeah, that's long. Like, why are you, I'm not trying to use my Saturdays to work. Nah, what the heck? Nah, I'm good. But yeah, I think you kind of just have to craft the life that's going to get you to the place that you want to go. Because as you said, right, like, you can't tend towards what everyone else is trying to get to, or you end up in the same place as everyone else. And I don't think that's many people's goals, to be like everyone else.
Literally, yeah. Because a lot of people aspire to do different things, yet the actions say different. and obviously I'm not gonna out anyone. I'm not gonna be like, hey, you watching. I'm not gonna be like that. But it takes self-reflection, of course.
1000%.
And I found that, I remember we talked about being focused, like having a vision and eliminating distractions and stuff like that. But I also realized you can't be too extreme. I saw this visual that showed like 3 circles, I think. It was a circle where one is slightly overlapping. Okay. So one is like normalcy. The other one is like where the person that you want to be or something like that. Something unique. There has to be a slight overlap. Because you have to build relationships in there. You can't go ghost mode, all of that stuff, right?
Very true.
So, yeah, I know like extreme-wise, I've been on that side where I've literally burnt out. So I'm trying to use every single hour. Then I realised, obviously, it's good that I experienced it early, because now I know what that feels like.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
But at the time, I had exams coming up. I had 2 weeks to prepare, and basically what happened was I was burnt out for 2 weeks.
Wow.
I was burnt out for, like, it was Christmas holiday. I went back home. Then I continued getting this rut. It was very tough to get out of.
Yeah.
So then I think a week in, I'll be in bed until like 10:30, 11:30, and I was waking up 8 o'clock normally. And I literally physically didn't want to get out of bed, couldn't get out of bed. When I tried to focus, I remember that first week, I couldn't do any work. My brain was wouldn't allow me. I had no motivation. It was tough. So, yeah, the most I did in those 2 weeks was half an hour at a time studying. That's when I was like, yeah, this can't happen again. So, I'm wary of extremes. Yeah. But obviously, you have to back up what you're saying with your actions. So it is important to find a balance. Yeah. Something that works for you. Because you don't want it to be powered by discipline and grit every single day, every single action. Otherwise, it's going to be like, I'm going to hate my life. Indeed. You picked a life that you hate?
It's so true. It's so true, man. That balance is, I think particularly now, like the age we're at, your 20s are, the way I see it anyway, I think your 20s are the time for experimentation in terms of like career and that stuff, how hard you're working, the relationships you're building, all of that kind of stuff. Like, this is where you should be finding out as much about yourself as possible. Yeah. And doing things like that where you kind of go to each side of extreme. Yeah. And for most people, it's like the opposite side, right? Where they're partying, and doing all of that stuff, like not focused and all of that. And I've never really been that kind of guy, but I'm not saying that like, I'm completely against it. Yeah. But I do think you cannot continue to exist on both sides of the extreme. And it's about figuring out for you, like, where is the place, maybe not exactly in the middle, but if I'm like 75% on the right side, or 25% more to the left, or whatever it might be, right? Like, where's the place of balance for me? And the way I've seen that, like, I've started to quote unquote enforce that balance is just through making like systems for stuff, to be fair. So the same way like I'll wake up super early for work. Or I'll say, okay, cool, I'm gonna send this many outreach messages or emails a day or whatever it might be. Started to make systems for like fun and work and that's I mean, not work. Free time. Free time and that stuff as well. So for example, I can only work past 7 p.m. I have not been sticking to this the last week, Nathan. But I can only work past 7 p.m. 2 days in the week, right? To make sure that like the other days I'm just chilling.
That's interesting.
Or I'm just like watching anime or having fun or whatever, like chilling with some of my friends or whatever. To make sure that like I'm not pushing myself too far to that place of burnout.
Yeah.
Because I also think you have to be realistic with who you are. So for me, I know, and it's so funny because I will say to myself, I don't want to have like too much fun, or I don't want to like take my eye off the ball too much. But the type of person I am, like that won't ever happen. Like realistically, even when I am like relaxing or whatever, there will be a part of me that is not wants to go back to work. But after I'm done,
You feel compelled?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go back. Like I'm not like, I could do this forever. I could be on holiday forever. No.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, like when I go on holiday, I remember in sixth form, I had to do coursework, right? And I had to work over the holiday. So I went to Italy. It was end of year 12. So I went to Italy. I had coursework that I had to submit during the holiday. I hadn't finished, obviously. But part of me wasn't like, I have to coursework. It's going to ruin my holiday.
yeah.
I woke up early still. Still put in a couple hours. You know, before everyone's up, right? That's the best time. So I was like, yeah, I don't mind that. And what you're saying about like systems, you fall to the systems you create.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah.
So also realize that consistency is more about how fast you create your failures.
Yeah.
It's also about like, you don't want to meander too much. When we're talking about extremes, you're up here, you're down here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just fix that. You're up here, you're down there.
Yeah.
Then you're going to feel terrible all the time. So for me, for the past few years especially, it's always been about smooth sailing for the most part. Not obviously things happen.
Yeah.
But try your best to keep it within a certain range.
Yeah.
So I've realized that. And you've gone from school to work, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Like straight into it, basically. Would you do anything differently looking back?
Definitely not. Definitely not. Whenever I get any sort of question like, if you could change one thing about your past, what would it be? My answer is always the same, and it's always boring.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't change a single thing because I wouldn't be the person I am today without it. Like,
It's a cop-out answer a little bit.
it low-key is, but it's also the truth. Like, every single experience I've been through, if I look back at Nathan when he finished school, he was just about to go into his apprenticeship in corporate, day one. Like, I was a lot more shy, reserved, small circle of friends.
Yeah.
I was still ambitious.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how to go about my ambition really and like make things happen. And being in corporate, the people I've met, the conversations I've had, the things I've seen, rooms I've been able to enter, because I decided to go into that space instead of like university.
Yeah.
I 1,000% wouldn't be who I am today.
Fair.
Like, definitely not. Definitely not. Like, without a couple conversations with people, I wouldn't be who I am today. And that's why, like, it's a cop-out answer, but I have to, like.
No, I hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pretty much the same, to be honest.
Fair.
So what should I say is cop-out answer. We're both cop-out answers, I guess. But yeah, there's always parts that you have to experience to really understand. So I literally write about my own reflections, write about my experiences. You gave a piece of wisdom. If I get this wrong, correct me. Maybe if you remember, I don't know. But you said the thing that you're struggling with that no one else knows about could be the exact thing that someone else needs to hear. I remember you said that in one of your, I think it was Mindset Mondays. And I was like, yeah, the purpose of what we're doing is quite similar. Like, we're sharing our knowledge and we're also trying to empower Gen Z to step into the person they want to become. And I feel like a lot of the time, it isn't, it's a mix. Sometimes it's opportunities that are lacking, so you don't see how you could like channel your passion or your interests. Other times it's like, I don't know, maybe it's part of it self-inflicted because you also need to widen your horizons. You can't be closed-minded. And obviously change is not always comfortable. So you have to also recognize the opportunity cost, the trade-off that you're making.
Yeah.
When you step out your comfort zone.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people don't really understand that. And for their sake, it is a shame because they expect something, but they don't change the way they're moving to get it. Yeah.
You know what? I think I would slightly counter that.
Okay.
Just because something I've seen is a lot of people have the answers to their questions already, or they will be in those sort of, I guess, kind of like crossroad moments in their lives where they know they need to change something to be more in line with like their purpose or the passions that they have, the things that they want to do. But they just don't do it. Like, I don't think people are unaware that they need to step out of their comfort zone. But I think fear holds a lot of us back without even us realizing it, to be honest. And sometimes it takes that sort of like, in science, there's the term for like when there's reactions and that stuff, is activation energy. That's required for a reaction to take place. And a lot of the time, like, people just need to hear the right thing or have the right conversation with the right person, or have some sort of experience that gives them that activation energy to now say, okay, cool, I'm ready to make the change.
To catalyze that reaction, basically.
Exactly. But really, and that's why, like, I think what we're both doing is so important, because I don't believe that, I don't look at myself and what I do and I'm like, oh, me going and doing a keynote is gonna feed into someone's life for the next 5 years. I look at it and I'm like, no, this is gonna spark the change that they're about to go on. Like the journey they're about to now have after this should be like an ignition moment. And similar thing with like the stuff that you do with your writing and that stuff, and even this podcast now. For whoever's listening, this could be like the activation energy that they need to realize that, oh, I'm sitting here, I know I'm passionate about this thing, I really want to go and pursue it. If I don't go and do something about it now, the next 2 years are going to go by, whether or not I make the decision to pursue it or not.
Exactly.
And so it's really up to me to say, you know what, even though it's scary, even though I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, even though there's all these people that are trying it and it's not working, even though it seems like there's no way I can win, I'm going to try. I'm going to try.
You have to increase your surface area of luck. Like, you won't get lucky if you don't make
Step
that area.
out.
Basically. And
so true.
You make a lot of content. Goes without saying. And I'm sure you've had moments where you've been like, I forgot to do the video. So you did 27, I counted, I was doing my research.
Fair enough.
You did 27 episodes of Mindset Mondays and Fluency Fridays weekly. So 27 weeks, 2 videos, 1 Monday, 1 Friday. And you recently discontinued Fluency Fridays to build speaker space.
Correct.
What did that consistency teach you, and how has that changed your attitude and mindset?
I think a big thing that it showed me was the importance of planning. I would say naturally I'm an overthinker. So I'll have an idea for something, or I'll be going somewhere with someone, or someone will say something to me. I'll be ruminating on that thing for ages before I actually go and do anything about it. That's not planning. I thought it was. I thought it was good that, like, I'm thinking about this thing a lot and I'm considering all these different perspectives and all that kind of stuff, bro. Like, really and truly, you're looking at it from different angles, but if you're not doing anything with that,
Yeah.
you're really wasting your time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, that kind of continued for, I'd say maybe like 4 or 5 years before, like a year ago, until I saw that, like, oh, this is not the way. Like, for real. Like, the consistency that I've built from doing this stuff, and there's another like series I did a while ago. It showed me that life is never going to be perfect. Life is you're never going to get to a point where it's like, oh yeah, every week I'm in a rhythm. Everything's just going fine. I can keep just pumping out content, recording videos, all that kind of stuff. No, there's going to come a time where you're sick, or something happens in your family, or your Wi-Fi is not working, or something like that. So I think just being able to think ahead and be a video in advance, or say like, oh, I've got this happening next week, I'm actually not going to have time to record when I usually do. Cool, that means I need to record 2 videos for my next slot, and then I'll just edit it on the weekend or whatever. Like, taking the time to like think something through, but then put a plan down for how you're going to now change. Again, goes back to what we were saying, like, you can think for ages, but if you don't actually go and do anything, that information is worthless. So I think, like, highlighting the importance of planning stuff before you go and do it, but not too much as well. I think
can't overplan.
Room for spontaneity is super important as well.
Because you can preempt when you'll be ready to do something. Like, you can plan, be like, okay, I'm free on Wednesday, maybe this is the best time to do this. But obviously life doesn't work that way. It's not as simple as that. So one thing I actually listened to today, I was listening to Modern Wisdom. And Chris Winston, I can't remember who he was talking to. The name might come back. But they were talking about leveraging emotions. So when you're in the mood to do something, you're going to feel efficient. You're going to feel productive. So that energy, leverage it. Why not? That's something that I've actually done, I would say, throughout my writing journey so far. When I have the free time to do something, I might plan on my phone. I might type the notes out. I might make sure that I don't even know how long I'm going to like use. I don't know how much time I'm going to use to do this thing. I just do it. So I'm like, I'm in the mood. And that's when you produce your best work. Because you're not really thinking too much. Next thing you know, you might be in flow state if you're lucky. Then, the rest is history, right? You put it out there, see what happens.
That's good. That's really good. I think that's something I've started doing, about thinking about too much, to be fair. I remember seeing this video on YouTube. You might have seen it as well. It's this guy, I don't even know what his name is, but it's a black and white video from ages ago. This guy that's on stage. And he says, if you want to be like successful, or if you're someone that like overthinks a lot, procrastinates a lot, the way to beat that is repeat this phrase to yourself over and over again. And the phrase is, just do it. So the guy says in the video, like, just do it, just do it, just do it, just do it, again and again and again and again and again. And that kind of stuck with me, that just do it thing. And so similarly to you, now when I get into a situation where I get an idea for something, or I want to write down this LinkedIn post or whatever, like I've just got some free time, I'll just be like, I'm gonna do it now. Like if I'm on the train, for example, and like I get an idea for something, like I'll just go into my notes, start writing it down, like do it now. Don't wait until you get into the office. Don't wait until you're home or after your shower or whatever, because 1,000 things will get in the way and it will never happen. So that's really good. That's really good.
When you said LinkedIn, my eyes lit up. Maybe it was the inner LinkedIn warrior.
Lol.
You guys are labeling me to be. I don't think I am that serious where I post. But that's literally what I'll do. I'll be on the train or I'll get home straight away. I'm like, what did I learn from this event? That's what I started doing like 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. When I started using it. I didn't think too much about it. This is like, just post, right?
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen? You could be helping someone with insight into what you're doing. Remember we talked about living vicariously through someone else?
Yeah.
I was doing that unknowingly because I was just like, I feel good about this event. Let me talk about it. And quickly, I mean, the followers, the connections, it doesn't matter, really. Because at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, they see you, but what you're writing about is what they're really there for.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just wanted to add that on.
Yeah, that's true though. Like a lot of the, I guess it's the other thing as well. Like, I remember I was on social media, and social media has always been something I've kind of struggled with, to be honest, because, as I said, when I was younger, I wasn't too social.
Yeah.
And so making friends, building relationships and that kind of stuff, that's had to be something that I think about. And be more intentional about as well, like over the years, even up until now. But there was this, I think it was a LinkedIn post, or maybe it was someone's comment on a LinkedIn post, something like that. And it said, social media is supposed to be social. And when I read that, like, I was like, oh yeah,
It's
damn.
so simple as well.
This makes so much sense now. Like, the commenting on people's posts and that stuff. I see something else about someone saying, like, if you're not using LinkedIn and you're spending most of your time, if you're not spending most of your time on LinkedIn, like in your DMs or whatever, you're using LinkedIn wrong. And I was like, bro, this makes so much sense. Like, this is here to facilitate relationship building.
Of course, yeah.
But if you're just using it to, like, I don't know, put stuff out or like a couple things, scroll for a bit, like, you're leaving so much potential on the table of like what you could gain from this thing. And yeah, I think after that, I really saw that, like you were saying, the followers, the likes, all of that stuff doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's really the conversations that you can have based off what someone else has put out or someone's reaction to what you've shared or whatever. Like, that can lead to something so much bigger than if you just leave it at that.
But do you think it is like a unspoken rule, kind of? Because social media, right, the easiest thing to do is to swipe.
1,000%, yeah.
Because obviously the whole psychology behind it is to keep you on there as long as possible. Yeah. Which is what, the easiest thing is what you tend to. So when people don't see other people doing it, I guess maybe that's one thing. Or you build this idea in your head as to what it should be. And it's not really maximizing what you have in front of you. Maybe it's that, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like what you said, I guess us as humans, we tend towards what's easiest. Yeah. What's going to use the least amount of energy. And that is just continuing to swipe, to be fair. So it is definitely a lot easier to use the platform in that way. Yeah. I think if you are on LinkedIn with a purpose or like you have something you're trying to get out of it, then you have to look at, like, again, going back to what we were saying near the beginning of what is it you want to get out of your time on here? What type of, I guess, profile is it you want to build? What type of, like, life is it that you want to craft, right? And if you have a dedicated sort of, like, purpose for being on there, you shouldn't be using it the same way that everyone else is using it. Yeah. You should be using it in the way that's going to best serve you.
Yeah. And you've also talked about expanding your beliefs to the situation you're in. I guess you could tie that in as well. I was going to ask you about public speaking. How have you seen that? How have you seen your beliefs expand throughout your public speaking journey? But I guess you can kind of link it into how you use it as well. Because if you believe, because a lot of LinkedIn is people look at it and they're like, I'm overwhelmed. Everyone's doing good. Everyone's doing something. And it's like, I get it. I even wrote about it. I wrote about the spotlight effect, where you feel like everyone's watching you, and that stops a lot of people. I even made like a whole model talking about like you have an idea, it filters through different things. It could be like social norms, it could be fear. There's different layers to it.
Yeah,
I might do a TEDx talk on it.
Fair.
Someone said it. Someone said I should do a TEDx talk on it, but yeah, I saw that and I was like, let me just build this relation because I think I LinkedIn physics as well. I was like, let me make this connection. Why not? I see that connection with LinkedIn as well. Yeah.
Fair. Yeah, I never looked at it like that, to be fair. But it is true, like, you do... a lot of people are held back from posting on LinkedIn and all that kind of stuff. And I definitely was. Like, LinkedIn was the first platform I posted on, I think. Like, and didn't use social media like that at all. Yeah. So that, and it was a similar thing of like me thinking, what are other people going to think of this?
Yeah.
And the pressure to look impressive and all of that kind of stuff. And I think the longer you spend on LinkedIn is the more that intensifies.
Yeah.
So it's very real, man. Very, very real.
I was also thinking about this paradox because obviously we have our upbringings. We're both from Southeast London, and you know our parents are always telling us, "Be careful." They're always worrying for us because they want the best for us as well. So I was thinking, there's kind of like a paradox where you can learn the lesson from a negative experience, and you think it's valuable. It shaped me as a person, but in a professional sense, it's kind of awkward to raise it, especially as a public speaker, right? You don't want to seem dull or just be like, I am my job. There's much more to Nathan. So as a public speaker, to what extent can you frame a turning point from a negative experience into something constructive? Because I know you're trying to do more like communication workshops. Yeah.
This is the thing, right? It kind of goes back to, again, like when I look at the type of, I guess, public speaker that I want to be, or even just like the type of person I want to be, to be honest. If I'm speaking about my experiences, but not really including the like real parts of it. In my head, people are not going to be able to connect as well. People are not going to be able to relate as well, because there's parts of it which are going to trigger emotional responses in people. That just won't be there. And I've seen time and again, for someone to really take in what you're saying, you need to have some sort of relationship or connection with that person first. Because then you can see that like, oh, this person's giving me advice, not because they're trying to look like this philosophical teacher or whatever, or they want like some sort of adoration or respect or whatever. No, it's because they've been through this thing and they don't want me to go through it as well. Like, this person cares. So I'm going to listen to what they have to say. But if we skip that part and I just go straight to just like telling you what to do, you're not going to value the information.
But do you think it is a blessing and a curse that for your experiences to reconnect? I guess what I'm trying to say here is you would automatically attract people who look like you. So when you step outside of that zone now, it doesn't necessarily invalidate your experiences because it might not connect as much.
Yeah.
But there's still a lesson to be learned. But what do you think about that? Like, what if you only attract people who look like you, and you're trying to do something bigger than that? Obviously, you have to start where you are. You have to start with your own community, and then you expand out. So, how have you seen that?
Yeah, I have seen that. I'm not gonna lie, and in some parts, but I also haven't as well. Like, it very much so depends on what message it is you're trying to deliver. Public speaking is really at its root, at its core, it's about service. It's about like me delivering a message in a way that's best going to help this group of people to internalize it, understand it, and now go forth from this thing to go and change.
Yeah.
I won't use the same story, or it's not every keynote I go and do or workshop I go and do that like I will speak about growing up in South London, coming from like financial, like quote unquote struggle. Just because it doesn't serve the audience every time, or it doesn't match the message that I'm giving. And so there will be times where it's like, oh, I'm just giving a message on something else. I don't need to mention that.
Yeah.
And so that attracts different people. There's a like concept of a thing called an avatar, which I use a lot, which is essentially like your, I guess, ideal audience member.
Yeah.
And if that audience member is someone that's quite similar to you, you're going to tailor your talk around that person.
Yeah.
And then naturally you're going to attract people that are like you. But if your audience member is someone who is maybe, I don't know, struggling with procrastination, let's say, that could be anyone.
Yeah.
So it's really just about like, who are you making this talk for?
Yeah.
What's the message that you're trying to deliver here? And it's a similar thing when it comes to like content creation, or podcasting, or whatever it is. Like, it's all just about like how you tailor it, and then that will determine the audience, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that really take it in. So, but I do see your point, and I think even just visually, people that look like us will more naturally be inclined to like listen to what we are saying, or like tap into what we're doing. Or it could even be the opposite way, where like people that don't look like us, that are trying to learn more about like our experiences and that stuff, that are more interested. So there's always going to be some sort of like bias or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I don't see it as a bad thing. It's just there's a certain group of people that I'm meant to reach. That in the same way you will go and deliver a message, you will reach people that my voice won't be able to. Because of who you are. And because of just how you will deliver it, and like the way you look, your experiences, your life, all of that stuff. I think that's beautiful. That's one of the things I like most about public speaking, and this kind of space. I won't ever be able to impact and change every single person. Like, there's a certain group of people I'm called to do that for. For other people, they've got other groups. That's fine. Great.
No, it makes a lot of sense, because you could say, I could try and appeal to a different audience. But of course, it's always about the message. As you said before, it's about service. So you need to really think about who you're talking to. And a common thing with public speaking as well, people think, well, initially, when I first had public speaking, I was like, maybe that's for like extroverts, people who are really confident in front of people, stuff like that. So I wanted to ask you, are you an introvert, extrovert, or in the middle?
So this is the thing, right? There's a lot of misconception when it comes to the whole introvert, extrovert, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
The best way that I've seen it broken down and explained is by someone called Vanessa Van Edwards. Vanessa Van Edwards. Yeah. She's like a body language expert.
Yeah.
And the way she broke it down was introverts and extroverts, they can both be extremely confident.
Yeah.
They can both be quite shy.
Yeah.
The difference between them is an introvert is someone who loses more energy when they're in social situations. An extrovert is someone who gains energy when they're in social situations.
I was literally going to say that.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So for me, when I heard that, I was like, this makes so much sense, because I would have naturally said I'm more introverted or maybe ambiverted. Like I can like be kind of more like extroverted when I need to.
Yeah.
But I wasn't as confident as I am now earlier on in my life.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that now all of a sudden I'm an extrovert.
Yeah.
No, it just means that confidence is a skill. Yeah. Right? Confidence comes from the Latin word confidere, which means to trust. And so all I've really done over the years is built up the trust that I have in my ability to go and do whatever it is I'm doing. Like have conversations with people, develop relationships, and all of that kind of stuff, because I've done it so many times. I'm around other people that do it, so I'm seeing it. Yeah. Like I've learned more about it. All of these kind of things, these add to you building your trust more in a certain situation or thing or skill. So yeah, I would say I'm more like introverted.
Yeah.
But my confidence has grown a lot. Yeah. For sure.
100%. Yeah. I did a test, not one of those ones that you just type on Google and like, oh, am I this, am I that? It was like a proper scientific test. And I got 51-49 split.
Fair.
Between introvert and extrovert. At the time, it was like a 100 question questionnaire. Okay. So it was very detailed. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. Because, yeah, a common misconception is that if you're confident, you're extroverted. That's the common narrative. I even wrote a reflection. I'm going to read out to you.
Yeah, go for it, please.
I want to get your thoughts. This is not something that I really thought about too much, but something that I found interesting, because there's this trend of labeling yourself to be something as a way to gain sympathy and feel good about yourself. That I think it's fear and avoidance at the same time. So I've got this reflection. Okay. I think a lot of people have a predisposition that being an introvert comes with the challenge of expressing oneself and mistakes a person who lacks social skills as the archetype of an introvert. Instead of it being an identity, it is situational, but by using it as a label, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's something I observed. So yeah.
It's true. I'm not gonna lie. I think especially when you don't know, this is the power of understanding what things mean and just gaining wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of things. The more books I read, the more I start to see how important it is to actually understand things as simple as the words that are coming out of your mouth. Yeah. Because you saying you're an introvert, because you think an introvert means something else than what it actually is, you're training your subconscious mind to believe that thing, and training it to believe that I'm shy. Yeah. Training it to believe that I can't speak to people. I can't be a public speaker. Yeah. I can't do all of these other things that people who are in more higher paid positions, positions of influence and power, etc. I can't do any of those things because I'm an introvert. Yeah. And the more you tell yourself that, like you say, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like,
it's more like a coping mechanism as well.
it is.
Yeah.
It is, because it's. I was in church one Sunday, and there was this. I think he was like a psychologist, psychiatrist, something like that. I'm not gonna lie, studied the brain a lot.
Yeah.
And he was speaking about people that are people that have been through trauma.
Yeah.
Right. So this might be a bit of a, I guess, unpopular opinion, or someone in the comments might go at me for saying this.
Yeah.
But he was basically making the point of you having gone through a traumatic experience and that informing the way that you act towards people. So if I shut down in conversations that are difficult because in my childhood I didn't really feel like my parents listened to me, that's not an excuse for you to continue to like avoid difficult conversations. It's an explanation for it. It's the same way with like this whole introversion thing, and to be honest, in my opinion as well, a lot of like when I look at like neurodiversity as well, I think there are some like extreme cases.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But for a lot of people, it's not an excuse for you to continue to act in the same way, or for you to say, I can't do this thing, or I can't try, or this can never be me, or whatever the case might be. It's an explanation for why you act the way that you do right now.
Yeah.
And it just means that now you have more information to go off the back of to say, okay, cool, this is what I need to change. This is how I need to put things in place for me to now get to the same place or better than some of the other people who don't have the same circumstances as I do.
Yeah.
But it also means that now I've got like something different to me, because in the same way that like I may not have as great social skills as someone else.
Yeah.
It means there's something else that I'm better at. Like it all balances out. It's not you're worse at this one thing and that just means you're worse than everyone else in the world. No. Like it balances itself out. So there's other things that you will be better at. You just need to discover what they are.
Yeah.
And so that was really powerful, and that's stuck with me to this day. Like it's not an excuse, it's an explanation.
Let's take a quick moment to talk about TTB. If you're thinking, I like what this guy's saying, how such a handsome man only been bestowed upon me today. Well, if you want to learn a bit more about me personally, or just want some deeper conversation, you can read some of my work over on Substack. The overarching mission is to empower you to realize your potential by providing depth over hype and insight over information. But if you want to see what I'm thinking in the moment, you can join my exclusive community called TTB Plus, where you can uncover where over 5 years of self-improvement has taken me. Here, you'll get the behind the scenes to my personal development and get a bit intimate as well, if that's what you're into. This will greatly support the publication and enable more great conversations like this one. Let's get back into the episode. Well, we're going to move into a game.
Okay.
Let's do 2 rounds.
Okay.
2 words. He's going to give us 2 random words.
Fair.
You're already shaking.
Huh?
You're already shaking. So he's going to tell us a word.
Yeah.
We both have to give a speech on that word.
Okay, cool. Cool. Got it.
So for the first word, fulfillment. And for the second word, I'm going to go with peace.
Okay. Fulfillment and peace are the words. So we'll start with fulfillment.
Cool.
As you're the guest.
As
you're the guest, can go first.
Okay, cool. Cool. I think when I was younger, I've always wanted to be successful, right? I've always wanted to be someone that doesn't have to worry about money and all of these different things. And I think that's the case for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Right. What I started to see over time though with success was I would try my best to take as much as I can from every situation that I was in. right? Like I'd see how much can I take from this job, or how much can I take from this relationship? How much can I take from my family, the people that are around me? Because I need to gain as much as I can for me to get to a level of like success, or for me to get to a level where I'm like the guy.
Yeah.
What I really saw was the more I would take is the more people would start to like pull away from me. And that's when the light bulb went off in my head that really it's not about what you take, but what you can give. If you think about your life as almost like a water bottle, right? And you're trying to take all the time. Like you're just storing up for yourself and no one else. And so it leaves the other people to push away. But if your water's not getting renewed, it becomes stagnant. Really, if you start to give away, it invites people to pour back into you. And so instead of chasing success, you start to chase fulfillment because you're getting filled by the people that are around you. And I think for anyone that's listening today, that's focused on trying to get to a place of success or happiness or whatever it is you're looking for, I promise you, like if you switch your focus to how you can give to other people, you will see that fulfillment will change your life.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Sorry, Nathan.
No.
Drink some water. All right.
To be fair, I've actually done this before. Like I do this quite often. So
you don't want to tell me before.
No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I do this quite often, to be fair. So
okay. I'll give a quick 30 seconds. So fulfillment. Fulfillment for me goes hand in hand with gratitude. Being grateful for what you have and acknowledging what is available to you. So for me, volunteering is a massive place of fulfillment. Giving back, showing what can be done through my lens and perspective, and helping where my help is needed. Gratefulness is something that we can practice every single day. Fulfillment is also a continuous thing for me personally. To be successful, you have to embrace the things that you have along that journey. So for example, I thought that if you feel fulfilled and you feel at peace with what you have, that means you will slow down. But then I realized that is actually fuel for the next step. So I realized how far I've come. So yeah, a massive mindset shift. And for the people listening, don't forget to appreciate the people around you, what you have, how far you've come. This is all part of the journey to success. And yeah, it's taken a long time to realize that, and my life has been happier since.
That's good.
That's mine.
That's good.
All right. What was the second word again? Peace.
Second word, peace.
I'll go first this time.
Okay.
Cool. Peace is an integral part of life. A lot of the time, your life will be mundane. It won't be dictated by the highs or the lows. It's what you're doing on a day-to-day basis when nothing seems to be happening. Peace doesn't only come in conflict. We may gain meaning from contradiction and conflict between things, but peace really is about yourself. Feeling peace within is also exuding peace outside as well. Peace can be communicated through your actions, the way you carry yourself, what you believe. Peace is all over, right? I think a key message for this one would be, if you want change, the change starts with you. And peace, of course, is not something that is easily done. You know, people always have conflicting beliefs. People always fight. But by being the person that you know you are, being at peace with yourself, first of all, and also exuding that through the people you talk to, how you talk to people, how you carry yourself, you can see the world become a better place. That's my 2 cents. Yeah.
Good. Fair. Okay, cool. I think we've all heard how much of a superpower discipline is, and being able to stay consistent, doing the same thing again and again when it gets mundane and life gets in the way and all of that stuff, right? And I think for so long for me, I just tried to keep going. Like, things would happen in life, people would like start getting on my nerves, or things happen in the family or with friends or whatever, and work would get stressful. I'd just try and like push it down and keep going. And I started to see that by me not, I guess, accepting the situation that I was in, not really taking the time to like work through what was happening, life just became very chaotic. And so I found myself in a bit of a storm. Like, I felt like it was me against everything else that was just happening to me. And it wasn't until I saw that the biggest life hack is seeking peace and being able to go through the storm, go through the situations where it feels like it's just you, where it feels like you're alone and like there's so many other things happening. You can't even think clearly, and just keep going in that peace. And yeah, being able to wake up, take things as they come, another day. That's really the true key to staying consistent and staying disciplined. And in my view, it's not just saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get back to the grind" or whatever. No, it's finding peace, and letting that be almost like your basis. Yeah.
Well, I would ask you who won that. Apparently someone's had some practice beforehand. I don't know if that should be allowed, but you could be nice and not pick, but obviously.
Nah, I think for the first one, I'm gonna keep it real. It definitely went to Nathan.
Okay. First round went to Nathan. All right.
And that's just because of the way that he almost like, it was almost like a transition into what would be the final word, you know what I mean? And I feel like stuff like that, the kind of subtlety is what really hooks people. Because obviously people know that the word is fulfillment.
Yeah.
If it's going towards that, they're looking for where that film is going to pop up. So yeah. I think for the second one's where I was a bit split, because I feel like both of you actually came up with pretty good speeches. So, am I allowed to do tie?
Hey, you could do that. That's fine. Yeah.
I'd say a tie for the second one.
Okay.
But obviously, given the first play,
yeah, he's one. Fair enough. Yeah. No, that was good. That was really good. Let's hone in a bit more on public speaking then.
Yeah.
We've talked about a lot of concepts, talked about a lot of knowledge that we've gained over the years. I want to talk about speaker space.
Fair.
What does it represent? And how is it an extension of you as a person?
I like that question. So Speaker Space is the first Gen Z public speaking community in the world. It essentially exists to help develop more confident Gen Z public speakers. It kind of started because I guess me and a couple other people on the team that started Speaker Space, we would have people that would like message and say, "Oh, I want to get into public speaking. I'm not really too sure how. Like, how did you start?" and all of that kind of stuff. And for me, my journey of public speaking, like, it's been a journey still. I'm not gonna lie, and it's been a lot of me going out, doing stuff, trying, learning. I've done like coaching and that kind of stuff as well. So we were kind of just like, I know with public speaking, especially if you are like how I was when I started, it's not a piece of advice I can give you and then you're going to go away and overnight be a magical, amazing public speaker. That's not how it works. So we were like, oh, there's not really anything to help like people develop their public speaking skills, especially like Gen Z specific. There's stuff like Toastmasters, but I've been to those and they're more like millennial, older folks. So we're like, yeah, why don't we just create it? Start our own thing, and you kind of see where that goes, how it helps people. We want to get to a place where we're able to start connecting people with like opportunities to speak and that kind of stuff as well. But right now we're more focused on kind of developing people's public speaking skills. So yeah, that's Speaker Space. I'd say in terms of how it's a reflection of me. It's funny because over the past like year or so, I'd say I've definitely become a lot more passionate about communication and how important it is to be a good communicator and what a good communicator actually looks like. And I think through like a lot of research I've done and people I've spoken to and developing my own communication skills as well, I've seen that similarly, like it's a journey you kind of have to go on to develop that thing, build the muscle. And so I think for me, like Speaker Space, it's almost like I just see how much potential it has to help people and almost kind of like, I guess, quote unquote, wake people up to the fact that no matter how good you get technically at something, you will always kind of be overshadowed by someone that can speak well about what you do. Because they're the person that's going to be asked to go and present on stage or get invited to the conferences or to be able to sell that thing. And so you have to kind of see that your first job, I remember I did a talk in Silverstone a couple weeks ago, and the speaker that was on after me, he said he realized that his first job was being really good at what he did. But then his second job was making sure people knew that he was good at what he did. Because that's where the opportunities come from. That's where the growth comes from. That's where you being able to build the career that you want, the life that you want, etc. It comes from you being able to communicate what you do well, whether that be on a stage, through content, like there's various different forms of it. But at the end of the day, it's all communication. And I think once I realized that, I was like, whoa, like everyone needs to know this. And so I think the Speaker Space is the extension of that to help people realize, come to terms with that fact, but then also have somewhere to hone that skill.
And I've seen that myself as well with writing, because writing, I don't think people realize how important it is to practice your writing. It could be informal, it could be formal, it could be your journal, it could be anything. But for example, this, I have to write out a plan for it. I have to be able to articulate to myself. So when I look back at it, I understand what I said. I can look back at that and be like, okay, that's what I need to do. This has inspired some more thought into something else. So it's not just about putting it out there. It's also for me to understand myself better. And that really helps when it comes to interviews as well. If you go to an interview and you have 100% clarity and you're very concise with what you say, you're going to stand out in front of everyone else.
1000%.
And I guess I've been lucky in that sense because my interest is writing. I've always loved to analyze stuff. I've always liked to have different connotations and like look into it, look beneath the surface. So that's helped me as well when it comes to planning out answers. whether it be for interviews, whether it be for a script. Like I've done script writing before. I've done poetry before.
Nice.
So I've done a lot of different types of writing. Formal writing as well. So yeah, similar to what you said. One job is to show what you do. The other one is to communicate what you do exactly, and to how well you can do that. It's kind of the same thing with writing as well. Yeah.
It's another form of communication.
Yeah.
Written communication, I guess, right? It's funny actually because there's a guy called Myron Golden who he does a lot of like, I guess kind of like seminars, webinars on like how to be successful and that kind of stuff. And the thing that he says about public speaking, he's spoken on like loads of stages all over the world.
Yeah.
The way to become a better public speaker is 3 things: read more, write more, and speak more. So speaking is 1,000% like a very good way to develop your speaking ability, skill, like makes sense. But when you write things down, that's where you get clarity. And that's where you're able to give yourself time to process what it is that you're trying to say, or the thought that you're trying to conjure up. Like when you write something down, it's slower than you saying it. So your brain has more time to process it. So writing has a big part to play in terms of you developing clarity, and you've been able to like deliver messages and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely very important.
And what are some misconceptions of public speaking that you're also trying to incorporate into speaker space?
I say a big one is, so we actually just finished making our first sort of like public speaking program within Speaker Space. So it essentially goes through the fundamentals of public speaking, right? So the 3 main parts of public speaking, or any good keynote, is your structure, so how you go from beginning to end in your talk, your content, what you're actually speaking about, and then your delivery. So stuff like your body language, your tone, and vocal variety, and all of that kind of stuff like that all comes into that part. So those are the 3 main bits, right? And one of the parts that we have in there near towards the end speaks about like the biggest public speaking fears. And so I've looked this up and like done the research, and I knew this from before, but I wanted to confirm it. The biggest fears that people have about public speaking, I want to see actually if you can guess what they might be.
Biggest fears of public speaking, I think one would be public perception. Just like how people see them making a mistake,
right?
Stuff like that. Maybe a fear of feeling inadequate. That could be an interesting one, because maybe it's a bit of imposter syndrome there, but you could be in front of 100 people talking about a certain topic, which you are very proficient and qualified to talk about, but you somewhat feel just not enough.
That's good. That's good. So you've got inadequate, I'm not good enough. What was the first one you said?
I said fear of making a mistake.
Making a mistake. What if I go on stage and make a mistake? Or people will say things like, what if I forget what I'm going to say or talk about? Or what if people laugh at me? Public perception was the other one that you spoke about as well. So there's a clear theme among each of those fears, like which are the biggest fears about public speaking. And they're all centered around what if I make a mistake? What if people don't like how I look or I sound? Or what if I forget what I'm going to say? But as we've covered already, public speaking is all about service. Public speaking is all about me going on stage and being able to deliver something that's going to help other people in the audience. That's the best way to go and influence people, or like sell stuff, or whatever your purpose might be of developing your public speaking skills. the best way for you to achieve your outcome is by focusing on how do I serve my audience. But when you focus on all the things that could happen to you, you're taking the focus away from the audience. And so there's this big like block that a lot of people have when it comes to public speaking, because they're focused on themselves and not what they should be focused on, which is the audience. If before you go on stage, all you're thinking about is how can I best deliver this point to help this person? There might be some people in the audience that are feeling quite anxious right now, or they're tired, or they don't really want to be here. How can I change up my talk or change how I deliver this to best engage them, or like help this person to get involved? Maybe I need to chuck some stuff in there where like I get people talking in pairs or all of that. If those are the conversations you're having before you go on stage, you don't have time to think about what if I make a mistake. You just don't have time.
No, I hear that. 100%.
You don't have the mental capacity. So I think that's one of the big things that we're trying to, I guess, incorporate or like show people that like public speaking is really just about the people that you're speaking to. It's not about you. At the end of the day, to be honest.
And 2 points off the back of that as well. I think number one is that it's the way you frame the situation. So I don't know if you can say scarcity mindset or growth mindset. I won't go there, but more so if your attention is more on how or what if I fail, then you're taking up space for places where you could be more reassured that when you're on the day, you can actually make sure you're 100% on the ball. Whereas, as to what you're saying with this program, I imagine, first of all, it's tackling the fear. Telling them that I understand you, I hear you, and this is completely reasonable. I've been there before.
1,000%. And
most likely, I'll probably say they have the skill set to actually go up there and speak. A lot of it is just mental. I want to hear from you. What weighting of that is skill? What weighting of that is belief? What about fear as well? How can fear be into the mix?
Okay, this is good. So skill is definitely important. Like, and having knowledge about the thing that you want to speak about, super important. Like the way that there's a public speaker that's been on the last season of The Apprentice. His name is Frederick. You know. And something that he said to me about public speaking was, he said that he genuinely believes that anyone could be a public speaker, but you need to have something worth speaking about. And what that tends to look like is you're either an expert in your field, or you have some sort of story, you've been through something that a lot of people like would find inspirational, or like most people wouldn't overcome. If you have one of those two things or both, then you have something that's like people will listen to. Like specialized knowledge about a certain thing is super interesting because people are learning stuff. If I go on stage and I just give you a bunch of general information that you already know, even if I deliver it in the best way possible, you might get one or two things from it, but most people in the audience are going to be like, oh, brother, like,
I've heard that before.
Come on, brother. I know this. So, I think having the knowledge is definitely important, but it's not everything. It's not everything for sure. The fear part of it and like mindset part of it holds a lot more people back than knowledge does, because it could be that your experiences are different and your knowledge, you might not have like 15 years experience or whatever, or even 10 years of experience in this thing, but because your experiences are so unique, it could help other people who are in a similar situation, or like whatever the case might be, right? But for a lot of people, it is the fear of like them not being good enough, or like not knowing what to say or how to present and all of that kind of stuff that holds them back. Fear is the number one destroyer of confidence. Because it's a bunch of lies that you tell yourself that you can't go and do this thing.
Yeah.
As you said before, confidence is really just trust. It's you saying that you trust in your ability to deliver a talk. But what fear does, one of my coaches, Robert Klutze, he says that fear is false evidence appearing real.
Yeah.
So all of the lies that we tell ourselves about like not being good enough and all that kind of stuff, there is nothing to back up the point of what if I go on stage and make a mistake. There's no evidence to support that.
Yeah.
Because you haven't done it before.
Yeah.
So you're making up scenarios in your head that are trying to support the false beliefs that you have.
Yeah.
Those are the things that are really holding you back. And if you just look at it and you're like, actually, like, this is not true. There's nothing to say that I'm going to go on stage and like going to do a really good job.
Yeah.
Actually. Or even if it's like your first time on stage, it might not be the best talk that you ever do, but it's probably going to be a lot better than you envision it will be.
Yeah.
And it's just because of the fear. Like, it's a lot of false, like, just lies that you're telling yourself to, but it's not your fault. It's not like you're the only one that's doing it or anything like that, or it's wrong and all that kind of stuff. Like, everyone goes through it. I definitely had a lot of fear and like negative thoughts and that kind of stuff when I was starting in public speaking.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like working through those things and understanding like it's not true.
Yeah.
It's just that process that you have to go through.
Yeah. There's a lot of irrational fear.
Yeah.
And one thing I tell myself, I've been telling myself recently as well, on the other side of doubt is opportunity. So I'm pretty sure there's another like saying that's kind of similar. But always on the other side of something, there's something bigger coming. Same thing like when you quit, on the other side of quitting, maybe one step away from success.
Yeah.
So overcoming that irrational fear can be so powerful. I feel like for me personally, when I've learned how to do something or I've overcome something, that's material to my brain to tell me I can do something different. Because if you can give evidence to yourself, like what you're saying about fear, you have to give yourself something to feed that belief that you're not good enough. The same way, if I do something new now, like for example, I did an assembly at my old primary school.
Nice.
When I was 15. And I was talking about my secondary school journey. I just finished GCSEs. It's during my holiday. I was like, public speaking. I mean, it's low stakes right now. No, I'm 15. Don't have anything to lose. Why not? Prepare myself, had a month. I felt great. There's nothing else to focus on but that. And fear didn't come into play because I thought, as you said before, like way before, it's about your audience. It's not about you. It's all about I. So when I look back, I break it down in my head because I'm like, at the time I didn't realize I'm actually doing so many good things. And my old teacher told me, like, you should be so proud of yourself.
Wow.
I was like, I appreciate it, you know. I guess that's like a well done. Yeah. But it was much more than that. Yeah. It was telling me that she literally said like a lot of people aren't able to do what you just did. I was like, I look back, I envy that version of myself. So I'm like, I can't do that today. But yeah, of course, there's a lot of irrational fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. And sometimes it takes having someone else that's been on the other side of it and has now gotten to a point where they don't really have that fear anymore to like sit down with you and show you that like it's not just you. Yeah. Like everyone goes through this. It's just part of the process. Yeah. To know that like, yeah, it's normal. But this is what it takes for you to be good. At anything there's a price to pay. Of
course, yeah.
So with public speaking, what I've really seen, and it's so interesting being on the other side now and hearing that like, some people fear public speaking more than death. I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah. But for me, because I'm on the other side now, I'm so like, that fear, it almost feels a bit like foreign to me now. Like I still get nervous and that kind of stuff before I go on stage.
Yeah.
But it was definitely something that I felt at one point.
Yeah.
And it was just like, giving myself new things to believe instead of the lies that I was telling myself before.
Yeah. That's on that as well. How has networking played a part in your confidence?
Networking was the first thing I think that really like built up my confidence, to be honest. When I started in corporate, I went to a bunch of just like networking events. Me and you met at a networking event. Yeah. So yeah, being more like shy, reserved, all of that kind of stuff. Going out and speaking to people for the first time, like strangers, not knowing what to say and being in my head, overthinker, all of that stuff. Like it broke so many parts of me and like just threw me outside of my comfort zone. Every time I went to a networking event, I'd be sweating and I'd be so anxious. I'm like thinking about like, what am I gonna say? And all these people are looking at me and all of that stuff. And I was so just, but doing it again and again and again and seeing that, oh, I'm actually getting better at this. Like that was huge because it was the first instance of, there's a thing in psychology called the confidence competence loop. Yeah. Which essentially states that like the more confident you get in a certain thing, so the more that you trust yourself in a certain thing, is the more that you get better at it. Yeah. Because you give like, or your brain gives you dopamine. Yeah. Right. And that makes you feel good, makes you want to continue doing the thing. And obviously the whole practice makes perfect thing. The more you do something, is just the better you're going to get at it. And then once you get better, again, it's like you feel more confident because you're giving yourself a bunch of evidence that you're good at this thing. Yeah. So that was the first instance of that confidence competence loop being put into play. And so after that, it was just like, oh, anytime I come up against something that I'm scared of, I just need to do the same thing I did with networking.
Same for me.
Yeah.
Like networking was massive. I started networking probably at 15, 16. And it really opened my eyes to, you're meeting strangers, right? There's no expectations on you. You have to kind of frame it the other way around. You're meeting people. Let's say you're the person that you're coming to a networking event. Someone comes to you. You're like, hello, hi. Basic conversation. Everyone can do that. What's stopping you, right?
You have conversations with your mum every day.
Exactly. Yeah. So once I kind of break down that barrier of like, you have to know what to say, you have to be a certain way. And we all ran out of time. But I want to get your thoughts on relationship building, right? Because I remember we talked about building relationships is very important.
1000%.
Talked about friends, you know, start categorizing them as you get older. But I want to get your thoughts on your network is your net worth. Because for me, it's a cliche. Everyone knows the same. And it is an incentive for a lot of people to get into networking events, to step out of the comfort zone, which at the start is a good thing. But if you don't nurture that experience into something bigger, rather than just taking from people, it's going to be no more than just an exercise that you have no passion for, interest. So also said as well, if you don't know your network, is it really worth anything? So
and that's your thoughts? That's the thing. Like the whole your network is your net worth thing is true to an extent. I know when we last spoke, we spoke about the difference between connections and relationships. And I can go to a networking event today, meet 50 people, connect to them on LinkedIn, and feel so proud of myself. I walk away, in a week, they've forgotten who I am. Yeah. And we never speak again. Yeah. Or I could go to a networking event and meet 3 really cool people that I actually connect with, and we build a relationship because we spend time just like speaking about stuff and trying to understand each other. If I do that, I walk away with 3 new people in my life or in my professional circle or whatever it might be that know about me. and they understand parts of who I am and I understand parts of who they are and that stuff.
Yeah.
Building that relationship is how people will then remember you in the future.
Yeah.
And so when things come about, when an opportunity comes about or a job opens up that's right up your alley or whatever it might be, they will then remember, oh yeah, I remember I met Nathan at this event. Actually, this would be perfect for him. But if we just connect on LinkedIn and we're just doing small talk,
it's a number, isn't it?
Come on. Like it's going to be impossible for them to remember you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely something I say all the time now. Like, prioritize building relationships over just connections.
Yeah.
That's where the real power is relationships, 1,000%.
Yeah. Well, we are running out of time. Probably got like 5 minutes.
Fair.
But I've got a closing tradition on TTB Spotlight, where I ask you 3 important questions.
Okay.
To end the conversation on.
Yeah.
So first one is, what does success mean to you? And how important is a growth mindset in that journey to success?
That's a good question. I would say success to me now, it looks like me being able to provide for like my family and that stuff. And yeah, I guess like being at a state of contentment in my life whilst glorifying God.
Yeah.
Like as a massive part for me now. It's like, yeah, making sure I'm in alignment with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a couple things I want, ambition wise and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I think if I'm at that place where I'm like, I'm living my life and it's glorifying God, I'm able to fulfill my duty as a man.
Yeah.
And I'm content. I don't know what more I could ask for. To be honest, yeah, I think that's how I define success right now.
Strong answer. Finding peace within yourself as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a growth mindset, how important is that?
Growth mindset, massively important, for sure. I'm definitely that person that like I don't ever want to stop learning. Yeah. One of my criteria for like finding a wife is I want someone that's had like a different experience to life than me.
Yeah.
Because then I have a bunch more to learn about life.
Yeah.
If I meet someone that's had the same upbringing, same experiences, or from the same place, all of that kind of stuff, it's like, then I just get a copy paste of Nathan.
Yeah.
When I could get someone who's very different, and then I learn 2 times as much as it's almost like I get to live 2 lives or have 2 lives worth of experience and knowledge.
Yeah.
Rather than just having 1 or 1.5, like that's dead. Like respectfully, that's
I hear it.
So I think growth mindset is massively important. Like being able to continue learning and accept new situations and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Fair enough. Second question. I don't know who wrote this one.
Fair.
It says, will Nathan get tired of waking up before 5 a.m.? I don't know who else would know that.
Lol. I don't wake up at 5 a.m. every day.
Exactly. I was going to say that, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not every day I wake up at 5. I'm not going to lie. I say it's probably like 80% of the time.
80% is still a lot though.
Yeah. But it's because, as I said, it makes sense. It's enjoyable to me as well. Not waking up at 5.
Yeah.
But being able to start off my day right. Going to the gym and then like showering, do my journal, all of that kind of stuff. Like that just lays the foundation for me to have a really successful day. If I don't do those things, it's harder for me to like pick myself up and then go on to do like productive work and get in the flow and all that stuff. So yeah, but who knows, in future when I'm at the point where I don't need to work anymore, I think I'll probably just start waking up when I want to wake up.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. Okay. And finally, where can people find you? Where can people follow the journey of Nathan?
All over, man. I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
LinkedIn, Nathan John.
Yeah.
Instagram, TikToks, Nathan J John _. I think YouTube is the same.
YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't have much on there right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna start using it more.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and check out Speaker Space as well.
Yeah. The new growing community. Yeah.
One to watch.
Definitely want to watch.
For sure.
I'm part of it, man.
Yeah.
It's a very good community. You should join it.
Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it is a shame it's come to an end.
It's been real there, man.
It's pretty fast.
It's gone very quickly. yeah. But that's how you know it was good.
Yeah, it was really good. First episode of TTB Spotlight. Thank you very much for, again, trust in the process, believing in the project.
I'm honoured.
And before you go, I've got something for you. Yeah.
Wow, I wasn't expecting this.
I'll do this quickly. I've got a blindfold.
Wow, fair. Okay. I definitely wasn't expecting that.
That's a surprise.
Fair enough.
There you go, mate. It's a sleep mask. Let's say it's a blindfold.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Did I put it on now?
Yeah, put it on now, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm going to put in your lap.
Okay.
And I'll tell you when to open your eyes.
Alright.
3, 2, 1. Open your eyes.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That's all yours, man.
This is amazing. Thank you so much, bro.
No problem. Hang it up on your wall.
Fairs.
Put it on the desk. Anything you want.
I appreciate this, man.
No problem, man.
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much. Yeah. Struggling still.
Yeah. That's all yours.
Fairs.
This was drawn by my illustrator.
Okay.
Very, very talented.
Yes, very.
Peju.
The detail on this is crazy. I can't lie.
Thank you very much for this.
Crazy.
It's a gift from me and Peju. Peju is a very talented drawer. Just an all-round creative. And I thought, why not? I got one of these for myself, me and my friend. I was like, I have to spread the word, you know what I mean?
I appreciate it, man.
But yeah, that's all for yours to keep.
Thank you so much, bro.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
But yeah. Well, that's it then. Thank you very much for tuning in to TTB Spotlight. This has been the first episode. I'm sure there's much more to come. And you don't want to miss the next episode. Trust me, you want to be there. All right. Cool.
Sweet, man.
Round of applause, everyone. I want your honest opinions. A lot of people, they look at me and they're like, oh, I haven't seen this type of person before. What I mean by that is that, you know, I don't look Nigerian or Ghanaian. And then people jump to Jamaica. So, as a Jamaican, I just want your validation. What do you think about that?
You know what? I'm probably the worst person to ask because, bro, I'll be real. I'm absolutely horrible when it comes to anything geography. Like, even when people tell me where they live in London, I'm like, where even is that? I don't even. Yeah. So, if I had to guess, where would I have said? I probably would have gone Nigeria, like just safe answer. Yeah, I probably would have gone Nigeria, safe answer.
Okay.
Or maybe like a...
Be careful now.
Maybe like an Ivory Coast.
Why Ivory Coast?
You know what? Because you seem like you can speak another language.
Okay.
And I wouldn't be surprised if the other language was French.
To be fair, I do get that a lot. I do
Fair.
get French a lot.
Fair.
So I'm from Sierra Leone. So people think Creole is French for some reason, but it's not. It's broken English.
Fair.
So, yeah. Okay. That's not a good start, then. You might have to cut that out.
Yeah, I'll try and make up for it.
Yeah. Okay.